All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Black Bullion Show. What does the mortgage crisis, private equity firms, and public pensions all have in common? Well, I'll let you know that very shortly. But first, if you're new to this channel, please hit that big red rectangular subscribe button right down below. Also, please hit the like button. It helps to get this economic evangelism right on out there to the masses, hopefully bringing more people into the precious metals space. Okay, so in a previous episode, we discussed how the oncoming mortgage crisis could impact banks and non-bank financial institutions, which could eventually rock equities. Now, I want to focus on another potential domino effect that could spiral out of control, all starting from the mortgage crisis. Now, simply, when leverage rental real estate loses mortgage payments en masse, this will put a strain on private equity firms and even more strain on public pensions. Now, this was further underscored by Bethany McLean in her recent interview on CNBC. She's actually a CNBC contributor herself. So this is what she said in the interview, and I quote, "Private equity is woven into the very fabric of our economy. I was very shocked when I looked at it. For one, 30% of Blackstone's money comes from public pension plans. A lot of public pension plans have increasingly looked to private equity to bail them out from decades of low returns and benefits they have to pay. So private equity is us to a degree. If the industry falters, that's not good news." And in the interview, she later says, "Coming out of the great financial crisis, Blackstone in particular made a great deal of money by scooping up real estate when it was cheap. Now you have talk of commercial real estate with mammoth defaults cascading." Now, she goes on to say that private equity will also be there to scoop up those failures, but we currently have private equity owning these future failures, so to speak, in commercial real estate. Now, to give you guys a better idea of this, check this out. This website shows the biggest commercial real estate owners right now. And it goes on to say commercial real estate is a multi-billion-dollar industry. On the whole, there are a handful of companies across the globe own and manage hundreds of millions of square feet of commercial real estate. These assets include office buildings, hotels, retailers, warehouses, medical offices, strip malls, restaurants, gas stations, and other non-residential properties. All right, so let's take a look at who is on this list. And as you guessed it, one of them is Blackstone. So let's take a look at what Blackstone says, or what it says for Blackstone here. Founded almost 40 years ago, the Blackstone Group is now the United States' largest office property holder. In fact, Blackstone has a portfolio with over 150 million square feet of office space. One of Blackstone's more iconic properties is Chicago's iconic Willis Tower, formerly known as Sears Tower. Furthermore, the group owns more than 300 million square feet of retail, residential, and industrial space. During the past 10 to 12 years, Blackstone has grown tremendously. Since going public in 2007, it has quadrupled in size. On top of that, Blackstone's real estate division has exploded from a $17.7 billion venture to a $100 billion portfolio. According to BizNow, since 2009, it has spent more than $50 billion on commercial real estate. In addition, Blackstone closed a real estate fund worth about $16 billion in 2015. As a result, Blackstone now has the crown of largest real estate owner in the world. Business Insider has even called the group's chairman and CEO, Steve Schwarzman, America's landlord. Now, with all of this commercial real estate, being under, possibly being under mortgage seas, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Now, I know that a lot of these guys are probably have probably already forecasted these things. So maybe they're kind of looking ahead into the future and have already kind of positioned themselves to be able to avoid, an oncoming mortgage crisis so that they will probably survive. But as far as how this could possibly impact public pensions, because at the end of the day, money will be lost. And unfortunately, that will impact public pensions. So, with that being said, especially because I know there might be some people who are watching this that might be relying on public pensions, I'm very curious to know if you guys have been keeping up on this, if you guys know a lot more about public pensions and who's funding them. Let me know in the comment section below and we can discuss this a little bit more, because I think this is actually a very serious problem in this country, the public pension plans. And we can discuss this a little bit more moving on. But thanks again for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. Also, please hit the like button. Thanks again. It's Black Bullion.